They keep putting some of the shorter videos I'm doing into shorts, and that really pisses me off, even though I'm putting the settings of the video on so that it does not go to shorts. So maybe I'll pause this and pick it up later. So here's the first part of the video. Um, Ron Paul speaking about Jill Biden. Listen closely.
New information,
Yeah.
because nobody has to deal with it. They have to deal with the election. So, and we might have another debate to help us sort out the pros and cons of.
I don't know. I wouldn't put money on that.
If we could talk about politics for a second, the one thing with all this thing on the debates and all, you know who I decided lost it was Jill.
Oh yeah, she was weird.
Jill lost it. Yeah, she has been losing it. Now, when you have Dr. Paul saying that, he is, if you listen to his podcast, you guys, he is like so, he is so even-handed, and he's not a rah-rah-rah MAGA guy, and he's definitely not a lover of Dems. You have to, but he's like very, I don't know. He doesn't really attack people that much. For him to say this about Jill is a big deal because he's been around for many years. He's been a physician, plus he was in Congress, left Congress, and then came back to my knowledge. And then he had an excellent exit speech from Congress that pretty much predicted everything that's happening. But let's continue with let's put it back. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't put money on that.
If we could talk about politics for a second, the one thing with all this thing on the debates and all, you know who I decided lost it was Jill.
Oh yeah, she was weird.
And angry.
She was screaming. That picture of her screaming in
Somebody
the
said she just lost her power, her podium.
Yeah.
And I always thought she was off at college teaching kids.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think she's behind it.
Yeah.
So then you can get into morality here. What is her moral obligation?
Yeah.
And I think it's. Well, anyway, that's an opinion.
Yeah, no, I got the same
See what I'm saying? He doesn't really ever attack anyone.
feeling. She's pushing him along.
Yeah.
Apparently the family thinks they thought back in 2020 that he shouldn't run.
Even Trump did a good one in the press. It was sort of when they were trying to get him to say something really nasty. He says, it was like, what could I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at what point do you don't have to be nasty, but you can state fact and give your opinion without sounding mean? But to just sort of, whatever, no, that's not going to work. Not in 2024. And Dr. Paul, you need to know that. Come on.
He kept having that look on his face too as Joe was blabbering on. He's just,
no, Trump did all right.
Yeah.
If you're talking about technique in the debate.
Yeah, he was a little restrained even. So interesting. Well, we'll keep our eyes out. I'm going to close out Dr. Paul by reminding everyone that it is Monday.
So far, we have Dr. Paul saying Jill Biden running the show, pulling the strings. Totally agree. Okay. Let's pause it. We'll come back. Let's see. Oh. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're still going. All right. Let's just make sure. Are we sharing? I apologize. Well, maybe not. Okay. Not sure. Let's see. Are we? Okay, I think we still are. So I apologize for that. Okay, so I said I'd pick up. I'm not really sure where I left off. Okay, so let's do this now. Okay. White House staffers reportedly scared shitless of erratic Biden tiptoe around isolated president during briefings. Not a pleasant person to be around. Okay, so he's isolated. As I said, I'll have to find that Daily Mail article where there was just one paragraph that described pretty much summed everything up that anyone with experience working with the elderly or experience working with people with dementia. Um, my mom has turned into a mean dementia patient. It takes everything in me to understand her. Uh, this I noticed it began. I'm going to go ahead and say 2015. Cripes in 2015, where I saw signs, and it would come and go, but it's just full on crazy shit now. You know, I don't even want to get into it. I don't know how to deal with it. Um, I don't think it's going to get any better, and I have to get involved, but I don't even know how to get involved when you have someone that is a mean person. Then they just become more mean. And that's a big problem that I'm facing. And try looking that up online. I don't know. I don't want to turn her into social services, but I'd say within a year that's probably going to happen. But with this one, yeah, these people, and plus if he's on all these, I've got to try to talk a little bit more softly. If he's on all these stimulants and shit, he's just going to be even more nasty. He's going to be short tempered and shit. Um, that's why I like living around a lot of people and just that type of thing. It keeps you in, even if you have a health problem or you're going through some bullshit, that keeps you kind of going, you know, um, just to be a part of the community in some way. um, but if Biden is just being isolated, as I mean, let's lay the cards on the table. Jill, the wife, she's running the show. Okay. Even Ron Paul had said that today. And I think that's what the clip attached to the front of this is. So, okay. White House staffers. Let's see if I can get this to work. Okay. Reportedly scared shitless of erratic Biden tiptoe around isolated president during his briefings. Not a pleasant person to be around. Yeah. Well, I don't think Gavin Newsom is the answer. That's That's another thing that I was going to do a video on that. I wanted to show that. That guy's a real pig, as a pig of a man. Like, he's not, I don't know how anyone who calls himself, quote, a feminist, unquote, would even think of voting for him, except there's a D after his name. Okay. I mean, it sounds like a pig. And that stinking Kimberly Guilfoyle, there's a picture of her. That I looked at it right away and I said, well, that's fucking Kimberly Guilfoyle. I mean, she's a pig too. There were some quotes in an article I was reading today. If I can find it, I will. All right. So let's listen to this. I don't know what the volume will be like, but let's try.
And Democrats are still scrambling, offering dubious damage control, flat-out lies, and more. The weirdest thing was the Biden aides who told Axios that, the president's perfectly functional from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. As if this was supposed to give us confidence that he can do his job. Except I couldn't but think of the Hillary Clinton attack ad against Barack Obama in 2008, asking the viewer to consider who do you want to handle that phone call that comes in at 3 a.m. about some global crisis? The White House staff just admitted that our president, our sitting president, can't handle a call that comes in at 6 p.m. It's amazing. And they did this in order to soften his debate performance, or perhaps just to sort of explain why they didn't realize what a disaster he was going to be. Barack Obama announced.
Okay, so that was just stupid. So whoever said that to Axios, which is, it's all over the place right now, whoever made that comment, I mean, that's just stupid. This is why he doesn't do like dinner meetings. I know he had a state visit recently, but it was with like his family. I mean, with that horrible looking, hideous creature, Natalie Biden and her boyfriend and this person, and his grandkids were there, and they are probably paid employees of the U.S. government, and I would not doubt that at all. I'm sure he has found a position for everyone. They have all their benefits. They don't have to worry about paying for insurance, money for just bullshit, groceries, gas, or whatever. But as Joe Biden said earlier today, we're the United States of America, damn it. We can't be, we have to, like, get past the fact that you're screwing us over. Oh, okay. Fuck. I'm not proud of that. Are you? Okay. Barry Obama, let's go. Let's just.
That he's had a bad debate night, too. You can get over it, he implied. Except that.
Yeah, Barry has trouble if there isn't a prompter. I think he's doing better now. I'm beginning to wonder, and I thought, oh no, is he running the show? Because he has a high stake in this thing too. He has been very quiet. Should that be a concern because he's been very quiet? His family is involved. I don't know what kind of relationship they have with Barry.
Obama simply lost his first 2012 debate with Mitt Romney. Biden collapsed. The family is now saying, oh, he was overprepared by his aides. He wasn't overprepared. He was.
Well, I'm sure he had the questions in advance and had the answers memorized. I'm sure of it. Because there was at least one instance that I saw, because I didn't even finish the whole thing up, where, okay, here, I'm going to love this. The hosts had the discretion to give the opponent 1 minute to rebuff, 1 minute to counter what the other person said. They gave Biden the minute. They did not give Trump the minute at one point when he said, well, I would like to respond to that. And they said, well, we'll get to that later. However, when because that would have thrown Joe off his script. Just one reason why they decided to do that, but that kind of pissed me off. Okay, let's keep going.
Was sundowning. Moreover, that explanation treats Biden like he has no experience,
Wait a minute.
no ability.
I want to go over what he said.
The family is now saying, oh, he was overprepared by his aides. He wasn't overprepared. He was sundowning. Moreover, that explanation treats Biden like he has no experience, no ability to think for himself, to prepare himself for debate. He trounced Paul Ryan in the 2012 VP debate. Yet suddenly we're supposed to believe that now he's just a creature that the staff has to program properly?
Yes.
That's just as damning. The Bidens met on Sunday.
Uh-oh. Oh, fuck a duck. Come on. Oh, okay. Can you just bear with me for a moment? I don't know what's going on here. Sometimes if you just move it, that helps. Mm. Well, let's see if we can just continue to read the article. Um, is this coming up now? No. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Some White House staffers have been forced to tiptoe around President. If it's negative, they probably pulled it. Tiptoe around Biden when I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit in here. Okay. Um, okay. This. See what I'm saying? This file cannot be played. Something he said. I've got this before I did the video too. Let's read the article before it's completely scrubbed. Um, it's possible we could find it somewhere else, but even just with the farting thing, that was scrubbed by the Daily Mail. Daily Mail scrubbed that. We know there is censoring going on. Okay, we'll finish reading this. Some White House staffers have been forced to tiptoe around Biden when briefing him on certain topics because they want to avoid eliciting his wrath and are scared shitless of him, a new report says. That's terrible. It's like you can't include that. That will set him off. Or put that in, he likes that, a senior administration official told Politico, referring to how some of the 81-year-old president's aides feel they have to walk through a minefield before briefings to avoid him getting angry with them. Oh my God. Oh, and that is who he is. He's a dick. It's a Rorschach. Why don't I know this word? Rorschach test, not a briefing, because he is not a pleasant person to be around when he's being briefed. It's very difficult, and people are scared shitless of him. He has serious problems as far as a person. Um, he's extremely arrogant, narcissistic, um, thinks his shit doesn't stink. Look at poor Tara Reid. She's sitting scared to death in Russia right now because she thinks she's going to be targeted to be killed by this guy. Okay. I stopped following her. I mean, I honestly think she's being threatened quite frequently. And he's in the people's house. The White House is the people's house. You know? Okay. Biden doesn't take advice from anyone other than those few top aides, and it becomes a perfect storm because he just gets more and more isolated from their efforts to control it, the source said. The White House vehemently rejected the characterizations of the president. Oh, no, he's not. No, he is like that. You can tell. Something doesn't go his way. The guy looks at you and calls you a name. Remember in the 2020 campaign when he called that poor girl and made her feel like shit, a dog-faced pony soldier? That's the kind of piece of shit he is. I don't believe he respects women at all. All right. Okay. Okay. The White House vehemently rejected the character. Okay, I already said that. I do apologize. Okay. Oops. Let's go. In the past, allegations have emerged about Biden having a hair-triggered temper and wringing out aides, sometimes with profane language, when vexed by certain developments. Oh, I'm sure that happens every single day. I'm dead serious. The president's temper has flared publicly on occasion too, including when faced with tough questions from the Post. You remember when he started calling Trump names? You don't do that in a campaign. That's weird. You don't do that in a debate. But he does that every day. I'm telling you. I am guessing that he does based on that's his character. He talks about character. What about his character? Oh, yeah, let me have sex with my daughter. Let me fondle my daughter. Yeah, that sounds good. Um, Other aides have reportedly sought to bring a colleague with them to meetings for moral support. Oh my God. Come on. You got to be able to deal with the guy. Biden has leaned, well, maybe just to witness what's going on. That would make sense. Biden has leaned on a very tight knit inner circle that has tried to provide him cover for him from the media and other groups. Well, they've done a fabulous job. Unlike the way they treat Trump's, his supposed friends treat him. One minute, everything's rosy. The next, they're stabbing him in the back, writing a shit book about him, or taking him to court or some shit. Um, Trump, I mean, did I misspeak? Okay. I mean, Trump doesn't get treated, you know, and maybe he needs to start that. But Trump is like a social guy, a social New York guy that was in real estate and development and construction. He's going to want to reach out and be friends with as many people as he can because that's just what the job called for in order to build the business. So, other aides have reportedly sought to bring a colleague. I already said that. Shh, I'm sorry. His protective go-to people include senior advisor Anita Dunn, former chief of staff Ron Klain, what does he do then? Mike Donelon, Steve Ricchetti, and Bruce Reed. Okay. The Post learned that Biden's son Hunter has been participating in the West Wing. Ah! Oh my God. This week, after the president's disastrous debate against GOP foe Donald Trump, Hunter Biden knows state secrets. I want you to process that, do whatever you want with that. This is a serious problem. I mean, aren't these drugs illegal that he's been doing? Wow. That is bizarre. That's just great. Oh my God, my head is going to explode. What we know about fallout from President Biden's debate performance. Uh, Left some Democrats unsure of his fitness. We know that. Obama admitted Biden had a bad night. We know that. Biden, I mean, he's been in politics for 52 years, or 50, I don't know how many years, since 73, I'm sorry. And prior to that, is when he was in federal politics. He's got this down pat. This is bullshit. You know. Um, okay. Okay, wait a minute. Trump suggested he was in a trance and choked. Well, no, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Biden told a crowd at a North Carolina rally the day after the debate he doesn't debate as well as he used to. Yeah, even though you have the questions and the answers. Okay, you know he did. Come on. Jill went up to Tapper and just like, thank you so much. For what? It's not your job, Jill. I mean, you could tell she was just like, thanks for not like being so hard on him. And I mean, come on. And then, a shit was edited out too, and the mics were turned off. God knows what we didn't see coming from that guy. Did he stand there and like crouch again and poop his pants? The New York Times editorial board called on the president to serve the country by dropping out of the race. No, it's okay. Keep him there. Keep him there. He's not going anywhere anyway. Biden gathered his family to assess the campaign's future. Camp David. Nah, they were just going up there for fun for the weekend. That's bullshit. Because that was already on the books anyway. That was already on the schedule. So people turned it into something else. Family members question if the president's top advisors should be fired. Well, they don't want to lose their paycheck. Just think about it for a minute. Think about having a shitload of money and then all of a sudden it stops. Although Grandpa would still give you some, just not as much. Just not endless amounts of shit. Legendary journalist Carl Bernstein revealed that sources close to Biden have witnessed as many as 20 episodes of cognitive decline in the past year. Yeah, what does that mean? Rep. Lloyd Doggett became the first House Dem to call on Biden to drop out. It's not going to happen. I wish they'd just stop. Since his embarrassing showdown, the White House has faced tough new questions about the protective bubble around him, and his cognitive state. Well, I don't believe that will change. But the people should demand that he see a professional. Will have a professional physical from an outside source and then report it back to the people. That's just a thought. There's definitely groupthink. An advisor to Dem donor told Politico, referring to Biden's inner circle, which has been shielding him, they don't want to lose their jobs either. I mean, they have, doctors coming to their offices if they have a cold. They have access to whatever the fuck they want, and there's just an endless supply of their needs, and they don't want to lose their job. They've known each other a long time. Yeah, it's the same people that have been around since the Clinton era. That's the problem with all these idiots. Who is this guy? Holy shit, ski. And this guy, I mean, weird. Any reasonable person watching the debate would have concerns, and dismissing them is to a lot of people patronizing, referring to some Dem elite that have publicly claimed there's nothing to see here. Well, that's just like almost to the point of bizarre bullshit. A Dem operative added of the group, they don't take dissent. Oh no, they're very arrogant and nasty people. If you try, then you don't get invited to the next call, the next meeting. Yeah, you're on their shit list and you're iced out. A senior House Democrat described the Biden team as pretty insular and one that doesn't really care what anybody says. Well, obviously. Again, I just told you the reasons why. Biden's debate performance has thrust Dems into disarray, panicked over their chances of winning the presidency again come November 5th. Well, what they're trying to do is they're figuring out how to take it, right? For a second time. He doesn't even belong there to begin with, if you want my opinion. I mean, it would be really nice to see someone with ideas and a plan, and to be able to look at what he did for the past 4 years, 3.5 years or whatever. It would be nice to have a real discussion about that instead of just a bunch of weirdness, planned out scripts, and just, fuck you, fuck you is what, I mean, the American people have no say in their government anymore. It's completely destroyed. It has been for a while. It's coming to a head right now. Because let's not forget who got him in that role to begin with, and got him adjusted and to a certain type of lifestyle that he absolutely doesn't want to give up, and because he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And with the new SCOTUS decision, he even has more leeway, because that doesn't apply just to Trump. That applies to everyone. So that, just even bitching about it is stupid. And this Ketanji Jackson voted with the conservatives, and that dumb, really weird looking, what's her name, that Barrett chick. I mean, that, you talk about having a weird stare and having some weird shit going on and being on medication. That chick is right there. Okay. Exacerbating concerns is is the fact that many prominent Dems claim Biden hasn't reached out after the debate to reassure them or give a sense of direction during the firestorm. His condition is not going to improve. It's just going to get worse. So he wants to just pretend like it never happened, and he's a dick, and he's arrogant, and he's a narcissist. My opinions. Um, you can't have the problem you've had, then go to a campaign rally and think the box is checked. Well, that's okay because Jill wore a dress that said vote, 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 vote on it. She is, that chick is white trash. She was just a fucking hippie with blonde hair hanging around, probably fucking everything that came by her. You can't, okay, and probably taking acid and smoking weed and shit. And that's the kind of person she is. And she finds someone that, hey, I can find stability with this dude. I can finish my education, get a degree, and I can write off his coattails and shit like that. And that's what she's doing. She has her own plane. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. She doesn't have to worry about a damn thing. Yeah, I had a daughter and my husband fucked her and fucked around with her and stuff, but that's okay. I mean, is she on drugs too? Because she acts pretty weird. She acts like Hillary. Staffers dispute characterizations of Biden's briefing behavior. Some current and former staffers also publicly disputed the characterizations of Biden's behind-the-scenes behavior. Of course not. And then they're lying. It just says, I personally helped brief Biden many times, and this was not my experience. In fact, it was the opposite. We were over-inclusive about flagging down signs of any recommended course of action so he could fully evaluate costs and benefits, wrote Bharat Rama Murthy, a former deputy director of the National Economic Council on X. Well, he's lying. He's full of shit. Oh, and by the way, just kind of bringing up something, Biden doesn't have the capacity to fully evaluate costs and benefits right now at all. He doesn't have that. His brain is not in that place. So that would be impossible unless it was many years ago. Just saying. Does he ask hard questions to make sure ideas hold up? Sure. Oh yeah. Okay, like fucking the whole country up? Sure. If that makes you uncomfortable, you shouldn't be briefing the president. Whatever. I mean, this is terrible. No one has come out publicly and like stabbed him in the back yet, though. He fights hard for families every day. No, he does not. He fights hard for his life, his health, and just to make sure that Jill gets taken care of, because God knows she is worse than Hillary Clinton. White House official also told the Post the president actively seeks input. He doesn't have the mental capacity to actively seek input. He's just an old guy that needs help. On Air Force One, he'll sometimes go seat to seat, checking in with folks. I love this. On their portfolios, how they think the trip went. He's also very inquisitive to the National Security Council and domestic policy subject matter that experts rotate in and out. Well, that makes me feel better. I'm glad, I don't mind paying, $100 extra a week for basic household goods and about $60 a week more for my basic food needs. Thank you, Joe, but that's okay, because he is working on domestic policy subject matter, and the group of people in briefings or prep meetings can be 8 to 10 at times. Oh, that's nice. He's still going to participate in September 10th debate. Okay, that's a very long way off. I don't expect his condition to get better unless something very drastic happens. Oh, he agreed to sit down for an interview with ABC that will get trickled out on air later this week. What does that mean? Trickled out on air. The problem is that they ABC will edit it and have it planned out in advance and have him rehearse and shit, and then trickle it out and see, our president's okay. He's a good man. He's sharp as a tack. He knows what the fuck is going on, and he's out fighting for you every day. The president acknowledged his shortcomings. I would not be running again if I did not believe with all of my heart and soul I can do this job. Okay, thank you, Joe. What a fucking idiot. Okay. I worked for the property manager of his Senate office in Delaware, and I can tell you it's exactly how he is. What does that mean? Because that was a long time ago. He hasn't been a senator. Cripes, he has not been a senator since 2008. So if you're going back, uh, 20 years, 15, 20 years, okay, what part of his Senate office in Delaware? Because he was in the Senate from 73 on, right? So, I mean, what was that, 1980? That's just bullshit. You know what? And these are, you know what? These are Pearl Girl. You know what? These are called trolls. They're paid plants giving comments. He's fine. I worked for him. See, I could just say the same thing. Yeah, I used to work for Joe. And I worked as a property manager in his Senate office, and he is just fine. Yeah, what year was that in? Well, that was in 1978. Oh, okay. I'm just saying. Okay, I think we'll end the video. Oh, there is something that I did want to see. This chick is a witch. This, okay, you're going to have to bear with me on this because my computer is kind of fucked up, and they're going to want me to do the whole ad. I have to go through the ad shit. I'm trying to get this out. Well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, let's stick with me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my internet here, I do not understand. I would have to pay so much more a month, and it'd be over $200 a month just for Wi-Fi, and I have the package right below that. So I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm sitting right near the damn thing. Well, I'll pull this up and we can look at it another time, but it's RFK Jr. with a barbecued carcass of a dog. I find that very unsettling too. I mean, you know what? I do not like him, RFK Jr. I did at first. I do not like him. I think that he is a royal piece of shit, And, well, let me see. What can we do? Are we all locked up here? Let's see if we can get it up this way, huh? Well, I'll pull it up and do another quick video on it, I guess, if I can. I also wanted to talk about this Prince Harry bullshit. I did read a couple articles on him on ESPN deciding to give Harry the Pat Tillman Award. after 9/11, this guy had a lucrative NFL contract, dropped out of the NFL to go serve in Iraq, and was killed. And that is a very sad situation that should be addressed. But I didn't. The one thing about that award, see, my internet's fucked up, is that I did not know that. It should be fine. Okay, well, whatever. I did not know that ESPN was involved with that. That's like Disney, you know. That's like that's Meghan Markle's not entertainment. Her agent set that up. That's bullshit. If that was his mother, yeah, I read an article that where his mother was just sick about it. I feel bad for some of these people that have been taken advantage of by these fuckers. All right, kids, we'll talk to you soon.